The time has arrived. Disc golf is back, and day one did not disappoint. There was chess being played on the sidelines and on the course, a Magnus Carlsen sighting, high winds, AB's great day ends terribly, Ricky plays clean, transgender disc golfer Natalie Ryan takes a day one lead, and so much more. What's going on, all you disc-generates? It's Swiss Cheese with the Disc Golf World. You guys already know the one with all the holes in his game. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, I cover all the daily action on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, all the way up to the Disc Golf World's weekend wrap-up out every Monday. Thanks everyone for taking the time to watch, and especially to those who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed and looking for a source for quick daily recaps, I got you covered moving forward for the entire season. The inaugural tournament for the newly minted Olympus course did not upset fans who were eager for a fresh start of the season away from LVC. The McCease property is co-owned by professional MLB pitcher Dylan Cease and disc golf legend Paul McBeth. The ownership team went to work and did an exceptional job in the short time prior to the start of the event. The improvements made despite poor weather, lawsuits, and time frame is truly remarkable. Simply walking the property, it already measures up close to some of the greatest courses in the sport that I've personally experienced. The course challenges pros of each division. The differing layouts for both highlights elevation changes, blind approaches, fairway hits being a must, and in classic Paul design fashion, some difficult pin positions. Apart from the improvements on the course, the ownership also locking up a sponsorship with Chess.com might just be as equally grand. Apart from the money the sponsorship brings, it also plays out on the course unlike the standard banners, poster boards that we are all accustomed to. Instead, peppering the course with oversized chess pieces, a tent that welcomes spectators to play chess against the pros, the greatest in the sport, Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen also in attendance, and what seems to be a true effort to provide exposure for both disc golf and chess in a cohabitated manner. Truly a welcoming change from some of the more traditional sponsors that simply signs a check. By the time the MPO took to the course, the winds began to kick up as rain was supposed to come in later that afternoon. The scores rolling in early were not too impressive as winds on unseen drives and approaches continued to wreak havoc all day. On a course where placement and ankle control are paramount, the hottest rounds early was a 6-under from Joey Buckets Anderson, who finished his round strong with a 4-under on the final 7 holes. Gavin Rathbun, going into the season without a sponsor, mind you, turned in a 5-under early on the day himself. He went bogey-free for the round, one of only 2 players to do so in the entire field. Despite all that, many looked for the top-loaded lead and chase card to provide the highlights for the day. Nicholas Antala would provide some of those fireworks that the fans of Discmania were looking for. Antala would card the most birdies with 10 total on the day. The remaining 8 holes would be split with 4 pars and 4 bogeys though, resulting in a 6-under himself. Antala was very strong, finished second in tee to green on the day, and if he can clean up some of those bogeys, his distance control plays well on this course, and he could be in contention over the next 2 days. Had it not have been for AB's start, there might have been more buzz around Antala's finish. Anthony Barella only began the day 3-under through the first 3 holes, as he quickly closed on the leaders. He would have a share of the lead by hole 12, and followed with 3 more birdies as he approached hole 18 with a 2-stroke lead, 8-under, which ultimately would be costly, going OB not once but twice on the final hole, resulting in a double bogey. AB, without a DGPT win under his belt, cannot give up strokes on the final hole if he wants to see his first win. 2 strokes on this course is huge and could bite AB later. With the weather and winds clearing up, we could possibly see a double-digit under round. A 2-stroke lead in the worst conditions could have been the bump in confidence to push him over the edge. Ricky Wysocki, cartless and caddyless for the first time in some time, was controlled throughout the entire round. He would finish bogey-free, but like the rest of the pack, birdies were difficult to come by. Looking to take advantage of the scores, would add birdies on hole 13, 15, and 17, finishing the round atop the leaderboard with a 6-under himself. Gannon Buhr had a frustrating round until he was able to put together 5 birdies on the final 6 holes, finishing the day 1 stroke off the leaders, looking to capitalize in some better wind conditions. The remaining members of the chase card and lead cards had some rough days, as the biggest names in the sports were looking to get off the course as quickly as possible. Kelvin Heimberg started 3 over on the first 4 holes and finished the day 1 over total. Paul McBeth, who really needs to have his wife stop dressing him, had an up and down day, finishing even alongside Simon Lizotte. Isaac Robinson went 4 over on the final 2 holes with a hockey stick on 17. And over in the FPO action, the results would be a similar difficult day for the ladies. It only saw 8 players shoot even or better, as the course only had 2 holes average below par. Last year's winner for Throw Down the Mountain, Natalie Ryan, responded after a bogey on hole 4 with 7 birdies over the next 11 holes. Most importantly, also going bogey-free during that span, adding to her lead during that stretch. Even with a bogey late, Ryan would finish the day with a solo lead 6 under round. It was at this point that I really enjoyed being on the course with little to no cell service, because I nor the community were fully prepared for the day one drama that didn't include battles on the course. Which the FPO race was tight throughout the day. Ryan's cardmate, Evelina Salonen, remained in reach with 6 birdies through 12 holes, following a bogey herself on 4. The two would lead field and tee to green. Salonen would birdie 2 of the last 3 holes to close the gap on Ryan, finishing a stroke off the leader. If Evelina can remain strong off the tee and continue to put herself close to the pin on the putting green, she could take down this event. Holyn Hanley continued her strong performance at the All-Star Game, finishing the round with the most birdies on the day and a 5 under round herself. The effort was good enough to land her on lead card, and had it not been for a costly double bogey on 17, Hanley would have found herself atop that leaderboard. If that wasn't impressive enough, Holyn finished first in nearly every major stat. She led in parked percentage, fairway hits, and in both C1 and C2 regulation. The last remaining spot on the lead card, with a strong performance of her own, Ella Hansen finished the day 2 strokes off the lead with a 4 under. Ella scored the only eagle of the day on the extremely difficult hole 18, which actually jumped her up 3 positions. Ella remained bogey-free for most of the round and could have finished better had it not been for an up and down final 6 holes. The chase card, well in reach on this difficult and at times punishing track, has Henna Blumroos and Haley King, who are both tied with 3 under, while KG Vet's Missy Gannon, who ended the day with 2 under, and Owen Scoggins, who finished 1 under for the final 2 chase card spots. Some other notes: Cynthia Rigotti lost a disc in a casual pond that was a result of all the rain over All-Star Weekend. From what I heard, the commentators were critical, but it was undeserved, as Jefferson and I heard the clock call that was never started. Hit up Jefferson's recap for further details. Paige Pierce's return from injury was a little rough, finishing the day 3 over and in 11th place. And that wraps up the first daily recap of the season. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, as we will be continuing this throughout the entire year. And while you're at it, like, comment, and share. It's the easiest way to help grow the channel.